Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets? Today, on my own podcast, we break down Higher. Hello, my friend. We meet again. Welcome to my own podcast, the only Creed podcast that we know of. My name is Andrew Colin, and with me, as always, is my co-host, my friend, the spaghetti to my meatballs, Reid Fenlaw. What's up, Reid?
Hooty hoo, Andrew.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hooty hoo.
It sounds like you're trying to be an owl or something.
Woo! No, man, that's just my greeting to you. Thank you. Those are some heavy compliments.
Yeah, no worries, man.
I'm the spaghetti to your meatballs.
Yeah, take that however you will.
I'm gonna take it in the most romantic way possible.
Okay, that's fine. We're at the 10-year mark of our friendship? It can't be that long.
No. Like
6? 7?
No, almost. We're at like 7.5. Well,
What anniversary is that? The spaghetti anniversary?
Yeah, the meatball anniversary.
Okay, it's perfect.
Where you gift each other meatballs.
I would love that anniversary.
And then
that's way better than like paper.
Yeah, or gold.
Gold's kind of good.
Don't give me something platinum. I want to give you old meatballs and then hand spin
spaghetti
pasta with you. Yeah,
that sounds great. That sounds like a great time.
Let's do it.
Happy New Year, Reid.
Hey, Happy New Year to you.
I haven't seen you in 2025 until today.
Yeah, I mean, for people listening, it's only we're recording this on the 5th. Yeah,
that sounds right. Yep.
Yeah. So you're fine, okay?
Yeah.
You're fine. I didn't even realize I hadn't seen you this year, truthfully.
So how was your holidays, man? It's been a minute.
It was all right. I got a little bit sick right before I was supposed to travel home to Texas.
Perfect.
So I had to cut off the first 3 days of that trip.
Lovely.
And change my flight.
That's exactly how you want these things to go.
Yep. But then once I was there, it was cool.
Did you get a good Christmas present?
Yeah, I got meatballs.
What did you really get?
Meatballs.
I'm gonna kill you.
I got like a hoodie, a couple shirts.
Nice.
Some pants.
Nice.
You know, all the things.
Real adult gifts.
Yeah, all the things hinting at me to stop walking around naked in front of my family. Mm-hmm. I was like, they always give me clothes, and then I was like, put your dick away.
Well, I'm glad that's how you took that message.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was good. A little chaotic. Then came back and went on 2 more quick little trips.
Yeah.
And now I'm here.
Traveling around this time of year is no bueno, which is why I stayed local.
And how was that?
It was great, man. On Christmas, I ate Chinese food
Noms.
with my wife and my in-laws, and it was decent. And otherwise, I've just been around.
Wait, the food was just decent, or the hanging with your wife?
Everything. It was just decent.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, I had a pretty good time.
Yeah, honestly, I don't have much to say in the way of what I did over the holiday break, as it were. But my one tangent I wanted to go off on before we get into the song today, because like last time, we have a big one for you.
Love it.
So I want to talk about cologne today.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been looking with my wife for like my next signature scent, as it were.
Okay.
Because the only cologne I own is from like 10 years ago. Because cologne lasts forever, you know?
Oh, you mean like you've had the same bottle?
Yeah.
For 10, and you've been going through the same bottle for 10 years?
Going through the same bottle.
So you're a sporadic cologne.
Yeah, not every day.
Okay.
Fancy dinner kind of cologne guy. And it wasn't one that I bought. Like, I didn't search it out and buy it at the time. I long story short, essentially got it as like a gift. And now I'm like, I have the power to choose my next cologne.
But be careful, because it also dictates the next decade of your life.
Exactly. That's why we have to be really tedious and meticulous about it. So we've stopped by several places, and we went to one yesterday on Larchmont called like the Scent Room or something. And they just have like a bazillion colognes of all these like really small indie cologne makers. And I probably still have lingering like 6 different colognes on my body to tell the difference. You smell me?
Yep.
I smell good?
You smell like,
or like a headache.
A conglomeration of the entire cologne industry.
Combo style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wait, so what did you pick one? Or is that coming? Sorry. I don't want to.
Oh, no. It's okay. You can jump. I love your participation. I think I found one that I liked, but ironically, like after talking with the sales associate who was super helpful, I feel like when you're talking to someone just about like the scents they like, it's so hard to communicate what you like and what you don't like. So like someone bringing you scents, it's either going to be like, this is good or this is bad, but it's like so hard for them to curate, I think, based on your nose. So ironically, the one that I found that I really liked was just a random one I saw a different sales associate talking about. And I was like, that looks cool. And I liked it.
What is it?
It's by...
Promote it.
I don't want anyone stealing my scent,
my
bro.
God.
It's by some French perfumer. Perfumer.
Zoutalou Sans Fond.
It's Zoutalou Sans Fond.
Yeah. He makes good. He always smells good.
Speaking of French stuff, also, I watched The Devil Wears Prada last night with my wife.
What was French about that film?
They go to Paris.
Oh.
They had to go to Paris.
Yeah. Okay.
That was it.
What made you watch that? That's like from 2006.
We love that one cold open in the office where Michael like watched it and he just goes like, "Get me Armani on the phone." And then I was talking and I revealed that I had never seen it. So I was like, I should see the inspiration.
Wait, that was your first time seeing it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was good.
It's a good movie.
It was good. Meryl Streep is amazing, obviously.
You know who else was amazing in it?
Vinny Chase.
Vinny Chase delivered. Like, wow.
There's absolutely nothing to his character in that movie.
No. He's boyfriend.
He's boyfriend.
He's Vinny Chase, though.
Yeah, he's like, still just Vincent Chase. Yeah.
Like, I bet after filming that movie in New York, he came back to L.A. with E and Turtle and
did
drama.
Smoke Jumpers.
Dude, yeah. Like, that immediately preceded Smoke Jumpers.
Yeah.
Like, what? Just showing his range.
Yeah. They really should have dived into that story arc on Entourage. I'm surprised they didn't.
Yeah, I think it was like licensing issues with Miramax or whoever.
Yeah, or like
Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, like, if Entourage is supposed to be like a true to life story, it just feels like a big absent hole.
It's a documentary.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Again, it's probably legalese that you or I will never understand because we're not lawyers.
Nope.
So, you know, we just have to appreciate it for what it was.
Defer to the industry's expertise there.
Yeah. But way to go, Vinny Chase.
Way to go. We love you.
Best supporting actor in a rom movie.
Anyway, Reed, I think we've bullshitted enough because for any new listeners out there, this podcast is not about our dumb lives. It's about the greatest rock band of all time by the name of Creed.
That's right.
So today we're getting into a massive single, maybe their biggest single ever. And we can't waste any more time.
I could, but I don't have to.
I mean, yeah, theoretically we could waste more time, but
you'll keep me on track.
Yeah, that's what I do best.
Keep me on the rails.
So, Reed, before I dive into the facts on this song, because I have quite a lot, I wanted to ask you about your history with Higher.
I have very vivid memories of listening to this CD.
Ooh.
And I was living in, some weird stuff happened my sophomore year, right before my sophomore year of college, where I ended up living by myself. Like a week before the semester started, I had to find an apartment.
You're just going to leave that nice and vague?
What? What do you mean?
Why did that happen?
Oh, I had a roommate who had dropped out of school or maybe got kicked out of school. But all summer, because we were texting and stuff, he's like, yeah, good to go. And then 3 weeks before, he was like, oh, I'm not going back to school this semester.
Did you try to kill him like in the plot of that one movie so that if he dies, you get all A's?
Yeah, Dead Man on Campus.
Yeah, Dead Man on Campus.
I killed him.
Yeah.
But then they were like, he's not even enrolled.
Oh, okay. So it's just a waste of your time.
Yeah. Then they just turned me in for killing him.
Well, that sucks. So you're just at the last minute trying to find a new living situation?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did. I was in this shitty apartment in College Station called Polo Club.
Sounds like a winner.
Sounds very nice. It was not.
Polo Club.
But, I found a 1-bedroom a week before the semester started. And all that to say is in my living room, I had my big stereo. And there's a few CDs I remember listening to in that apartment. This is one of them. Californication.
Hell yeah.
Is another one. And Everything You Want by Vertical Horizon is
nice.
Another one. Those three, for some reason, are just etched in. But I just remember blasting this song and thinking like the first 15 seconds of the song were the best thing I'd ever heard.
I still am on that train.
Dude, when the drums hit at like 12 seconds.
And it just all hell breaks loose in a good way. Yeah.
It's still beautiful to me.
So suffice to say, you were a fan of the song for a long time now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Massive fan of this song for a very long time. Near the top.
Nice.
For me on this album. Very excited. Very excited about this episode.
Yeah, me too. And similarly, I have been fond of this one for a long time. I remember I've regaled on the podcast a few times about my first real memory of Creed being that I was in a music class in like 3rd grade or 4th grade. A kid played With Arms Wide Open. But I vaguely remember at that time knowing about Higher as well, being like, I hope you also play Higher. Because I think I had heard it on the radio, or I'm sure in some form of media, because it was everywhere at the time. And I just remember that the lick, not the intro lick, which is also awesome, but the one little fill Mark Tremonti plays in the chorus, the iconic do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I just thought that was the absolute coolest thing on the planet, and I wanted to hear it all the time. That is until someone on AIM made it their custom intro and outro song, like when they log and log off.
Oh, no.
Instead of the door closing and door opening, it would play the lick each time.
Ruined it for you, didn't
it? A little bit. Yeah. It's still awesome, and I think what's cool about that is it acts almost like the hook of the song, more than like the words themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very memorable, and yeah, it was definitely one song that made me think like, man, this band is awesome, and it'll be ingrained in me forever.
Okay, so you were in like third grade?
I think 4th grade.
Did you grasp like the meaning of it at that time, or were you just
Not
like,
at
this
all.
is a cool rock song?
That I'm still kind of on that side. That this is awesome.
Yeah.
So I definitely didn't think much lyrically about it at the time, and just thought like, yeah, take me higher, man.
Did you think he was talking about like drugs higher?
No, I don't. I don't
just like
recall
an
having
elevated life.
I think that I don't have any specific. I'm trying to remember if I had any specific connection with the lyrics at the time, but I think the one like trigger memory for me is definitely the guitar in this song. So
that's weird. Like my trigger memory is the lyrics.
Yeah, I mean,
because I grew up like in church twice a week.
Twice?
Yes,
Sunday and
Wednesdays.
Wednesday. Okay.
Yep.
That's how often I went to Hebrew school. Same days.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Pound it.
So yeah, my memory is the lyrics and like thinking how cool they were, and now I'm like, they're not that cool.
Well, I don't know. I'm wondering if your opinion's going to change on them, because I think the lyrics are more open to interpretation than maybe like an outsider would think.
Okay, I'm interested to hear.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's takes from the band on this song.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But we have some fun factoids to dive into first.
Fact me.
And I think I'm just going to get straight into it right now. So first up, Reed, most important fact. This is the 9th track off of Human Clay.
I love that fact.
Yeah, it comes right after With Arms Wide Open.
Yep.
And the next song, I believe, is Washed Away Those Years.
Yep.
Okay. So you got that down?
You got it.
Okay. So this was the first single off the album, and the single released about a month before the album was released. So the single was released on August 24th, 1999. The lyrics were written by Scott, and not credited on the album, but according to a few sources, he wrote the lyrics with his friend Stephen Harang,
who I believe we should know.
He's just a songwriter, as I was able to gather. And of course, the music was by Mark. Almost all the songs are credited in that same way on the album. Here's where stuff gets a little interesting. So there are 2 versions of the song, which you may have picked up on.
Okay.
There's the album version, which is the longer version, and there's the radio edit, which is the one many listeners are probably more familiar with. So as a quick summary, the main differences are in the radio edit, the introduction is shortened. So it cuts out that opening lick that's just the guitar from Tremonti and starts with the drums part.
That's lame.
I think I don't love that, because I do think it kind of diminishes the epicness of it feeding into the grandiose part.
The drums banging in are like, they hit hard because it's been a soft intro.
That's how I feel. But it is like in 20 seconds I cut down on. Then, similarly, after the second chorus, they remove Mark's guitar solo and instead go straight into the bridge, the up high, I feel like I'm alive, that part. And then after the bridge, they dive right back into the chorus instead of that additional instrumental portion with just Mark's guitar again. So a lot of the guitar parts are just removed.
Hey, radio, stop censoring Mark Tremonti.
That's what I'm saying.
This is censorship.
Well, it's funny you say that, and I'll get to that in a second.
It is funny.
The last difference that I have is that the outro is just generally shortened. Same sort of format, like it's instrumental that fades out, but it just fades out a lot quicker on the radio version. But in doing my research for this episode, I listened to a full hour-plus podcast from Chris DeMakes, who is the guitarist and singer for Less Than Jake. And he interviewed Mark Tremonti about this song, specifically about Higher. And Mark said, in addition to a lot of other facts I'll get into, Mark says that they almost always play the radio version live, as it's the more widely known version. And when he was discussing with Chris, a lot of the guitar parts that Chris alludes to, Mark's like, I kind of forgot about that. Like, they heard the radio version so much more that, like, some of the parts that Mark plays in the album version, he, like, doesn't even remember.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. Like,
yeah,
if you write the song, spend all that time in the studio recording it, and then never play that version again.
Yeah, just kind of forget it.
And it makes sense to play it live.
Yeah, I think you don't want to...
Because, like, you want people singing along and following the entire song.
And you want to get to the next song. You don't want to, like, drag out the show too long on one song. You don't want to blow your load on one song.
I wish they would play the intro. I wish they would blow their load.
Yeah.
On every song.
That'd be rad.
Loads all around.
Just, like, lots of banter and guitar solos and just keep the one song going all night.
They should at least leave the opening guitar in.
Yeah.
To me.
Maybe they do on some occasions, but I think they almost always remove the solo in the middle of the song.
That's dumb.
So, next fact. Mark said that upon recording the album and in preparation of its release, they knew that this song was going to be the lead single for a while. Mark said that the first time he heard the song on the radio was while he was furniture shopping with his wife. What furniture store? We don't know. We may never know.
Ashley.
Could have been Ashley. It could have been Jerome's. It could have been Wayfair.
Could have been Denver Mattress.
Living Spaces.
Yeah, Living Spaces.
So we don't know that, so I'm sorry. We can't tell you that. But even though at this point Mark had heard his songs on the radio a few times at this point, he said that he was especially juiced because of how the radio jockeys were sort of playing up the song. Like, they were really excited about it. They pumped it up. It made Mark really excited about it. So it was a really unique, cool experience. Now, when it comes to how the song was written, we have some more interesting factoids.
Hit me.
So, according to Scott and Mark, Scott, while they were playing live, used to placate the audience by goading his bandmates to come up with the song live on the spot. So I don't know if you remember that one episode we were talking about the formation of the band, but they would go to parties and try to write songs on the spot. Mm-hmm. It was sort of like that. They would do that live occasionally. And I think it kind of drove the other band members a little crazy, but in this case, Scott Phillips, the drummer, was the first to begin playing the drum set piece that we know and love, and Mark later entered with the chord progression associated with the song. After reviewing the tapes of the show, as they always had recorded their performances for later review at that time, they decided that the song was worth working out in the studio. So they were just playing, and Scott was just sort of saying some stuff over the chorus, and later we had Higher.
That's really cool.
Yeah, isn't that rad?
That's like a rapper, like, developing their biggest hit by, like, just freestyling at a show over a random beat that they'd not heard before.
Is that a reference to 8 Mile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
I don't think. In that movie, he never actually, like, wrote Lose Yourself. You just heard it in the background a lot.
God, that's another movie I have not seen in forever.
I would say once a year, watch on YouTube the final rap battles between Eminem and the Random Guys at least once.
It's like for inspiration.
It's just epic scenes.
Yeah, but if you
especially against the last dude.
If you watch just that last rap battle, you're missing Vinny Chase's part.
Is Vincent Chase in that movie?
Well, if not, he should have been.
Yeah, that's true.
That was before he got real popular, though.
Yeah, it was just about to be his time. Don't worry.
He hadn't even come out yet.
Love that movie.
So good. Jessica Alba.
Let alone Queens Boulevard. So when asked about the famous guitar lick in the chorus that I referenced earlier, the epic part, Tremonti just said that he always tried to fill the empty space with something interesting in terms of guitar. So that made it more fun for him on stage to play, just because during that space between the first set of lyrics in the chorus to the second, like he wanted to do more instead of just playing simple chord progression. So he'd add in little fills, and that's where that epic that came from, and also like that pinch hook that's like I can't do that well, but you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
So yeah, no real elaborate story behind that, but still pretty interesting.
It's just always fascinating to me that there's like these bands filled with talented musicians, songwriters, and then some of their biggest songs are
just like Kismet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we talked about another episode of like, there's the history of music is littered with bands who like, at least they claim to like, yeah, we wrote this in 10 minutes on a tour bus while like our driver was going to the bathroom. Like just all these, and it's really impressive to me.
I think it comes down to like Occam's razor in a way. Just like the simplest solution is the right one. And just like when you're trying to be creative, the more you think about it, the more you overthink about it.
Yep. It's like Sophie's Choice.
Who's Sophie?
There's another movie you should go watch.
So just a few more facts about the song before we get into things like reception and use in media. But one thing I found interesting was that Scott, in an interview, kind of offhanded, said that as opposed to party music, they always really tried to make music that resonates with people emotionally and is more than just to listen for a good time. But he added that nowadays, some people may consider Higher to be party music.
I feel like I've always considered it to be party music.
Really? So you're just like going out, partying, getting wasted, and Higher's playing in the background?
Dude, there's a reason Higher is known as the Flip Cup Anthem.
Is it really?
Widely known as the Flip Cup Anthem. Look it up.
Okay, I'm going
as
to.
As soon as I can make a website about it.
Okay.
Then look it up.
We should play Flip Cup. I haven't played Flip Cup in like 10 years.
Only if we can listen to Higher.
Okay. Well, yeah, I thought that was a requisite.
I do kind of associate the song with rowdiness.
Why is that?
Because it makes me just want to be like,
Can you hit the chord more with that?
It makes you want to be like,
Thank you.
You know?
Yeah, I guess. Upon listening, I don't think it's like a party song. I guess I get it. Like if you didn't grow up listening to it, maybe especially if you're newer to it, it's just sort of, it feels really uplifting.
Mm-hmm.
So I get how it could make you in a good mood and want to party, but it also like, it does feel like it's a little too nuanced and specific to be a party song.
Too religious?
No, not necessarily religious, but it's just like the guitar is intricate and the message, I guess the message is sort of uplifting and serious. But it is, like I said, like tonally, it's an energetic, like almost happy song.
Look, it's time that you tell everyone. The only song that Andrew plays when he's hosting parties is "We Like to Party" by the Venga Boys.
I love the Venga Boys.
Over and over, because he says it's the only song that is truly about partying.
How's that one go?
We like to party. We like to party. We like to party. Remember that song? The Venga Buses come.
You know what my favorite party song is, though? I think I decided in college that the best party song is, what's it called?
Cool.
I decided in college the best party song is
Asher Roth, I Love College.
No, that's a good one. I was in high school when that came out, and everyone was still listening to it like, oh my God, I love this. We're in college. I'm like, we're in high school. Anyway, the best party song is Passion Pit, Take a Walk. That the drop in that song is just like, makes you really want to just fucking bang your head.
I think we should do a video ranking
party songs.
We'll
do that on social media, and everyone will be like, "You guys are fucking idiots. Why would two guys who know nothing about partying or music make a video?"
Yeah, if you are a listener of this podcast, and we're on Instagram and TikTok.
If you came from there, you probably hate us.
Yeah, we make little social clips, often not related to Creed, and man, people just rip into us, and we love it.
People are serious about music, dude.
Yeah, we'll do blind rankings, and people will tell us that we ordered them wrong.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
It's a blind ranking, bro.
Well, you fucked up.
Yeah, you guys are idiots.
So 2 more quick hits I wanted to talk about Higher. In another interview, Scott mentioned that there were 4 songs on Creed Mount Rushmore, and they weren't really his favorites. You could tell it was just sort of what society has deemed those to be. One of them was With Arms Wide Open.
Yeah.
Another one was Higher. Mm-hmm. And there were 2 more that we haven't gotten to yet, so I don't know that I should reveal them.
Really?
They were My Sacrifice and One Last Breath. Because those are the iconic ones.
I'm just surprised that My Own Prison, the song, wasn't in there.
Yeah, I think that was like their one that sort of got them to get a label and stuff,
Yeah.
but it really didn't propel them into mainstream success. And then one other fact that's not related to this song, but it's one we covered that I just wanted to get out now since I learned it, was that Tremonti talked about the 2 best songs that Creed agreed was the best songs they'd ever written. One is on Full Circle, so we won't get to it for a while. But the second best song, apparently, is Faceless Man.
What?
That's all he said about it, so I have no more information for you.
He did not say why?
No, not really.
Because looking back at our scores, neither you or I really loved that song.
I don't love that song either, but I guess they loved how that song came together and maybe musically how it resonates with them.
You gave that song a 2.25.
Yeah, it's boring.
I gave it a 1.5.
Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Mark.
More indication that we don't know what we're talking about.
Also, Mark, come on the pod.
Yeah.
And we can talk about why Faceless Man to you is such a great song.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on.
Change your mind.
Yeah.
Change your mind, and then we'll all go to Chili's.
Yeah, I don't think he'll want to go to Chili's.
Well, our treat.
Okay.
Right?
Well, yeah, we'd for sure throw down like $49.99 for you, dude.
Yeah, dude. You can
cover the tip though.
You can get multiple sampler platters.
Yeah, no alcohol though.
No booze, you got to do the tip. No
Okay.
no add-ons or substitutions either.
No. Next, Reception. Let's talk about it. This was Creed's. This was their big Johnny Gahumba.
Their magnum opus.
Yeah, this is the one that really broke them through into the mainstream. It peaked at number 7 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and spent 57 weeks on the Hot 100, which was the longest of any Creed song.
That's almost over a year.
That is over a year, you idiot.
Almost.
Higher remained in the top spot on the mainstream rock chart for a then record of 17 weeks until it was surpassed by Three Doors Down's Loser.
Also a great song.
I love that song. I remember when the same time I got my first album ever, which was Three Doors Down, The Better Life, my brother got Lil Bow Wow's album.
Hell yeah.
And I forget why, but he was saying that, like, Mom, Andrew's music is like, you shouldn't be listening to it. It's like too dark. You should listen to Bow Wow. Something, he specifically referenced Loser because it's like a very melancholy song.
What got your brother into Bow Wow?
He loved Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow at the time.
Does he still?
Unclear. Probably. And then Higher placed at number 95 on VH1's 100 Greatest Hard Rock Songs in 2009. So that's kind of a big deal. I mean, how many hard rock songs are there in the world?
A couple hundred?
At least 100.
Probably, so they're in the top half.
So that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
And then this is a good one. In 2000, it won Song of the Year at the My VH1 Music Awards. Big deal. And it was also nominated for the Best Rock Video Award at the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards.
Really?
But it lost to Limp Bizkit's Break Stuff.
Oh. Okay.
What a great year.
Yes. Okay, so I have a workout playlist, and Break Stuff is the first song on it.
Hell yeah. It gets you fucking like jacked up.
Yes, and I usually finish a workout with it too. I usually start it with it, and then when I'm on like my last like couple of sets, I'll...
Do you do this every time you work out?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
I was gonna say you're probably sick of the song.
A lot of times, I'll never get sick of Break Stuff, dude.
Well, apparently you should have the music video playing too, because it won the best of 2000.
I'm gonna do that from now on then.
Yeah. So instead of starting your workout with it, just watch it and then work out.
Or I'll watch it and reenact, because that's the music video with all the cameos, right?
I think so. Is that the one where? Yeah, I think so.
It's like Snoop's in it, and like Kid Rock, and is Eminem? I think Eminem's even in it.
Hell, I gotta watch it.
I think so. Or that might be Roland.
Roland is the one with Roland has Ben Stiller in it. I remember that.
I might be conflating the two.
I
Either
remember-
way, Break Stuff as a song will always
Awesome.
be legendary.
I feel like it might be pre-cameos because I think that was before Starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Okay,
So,
I might be confusing it with Roland.
Roland is like all I remember
or
about that
Mickey.
one is like Fred Durst is sitting on a bench, and then Ben Stiller for some reason goes like, "Here," like thinks he's the valet and just throws him his keys. That's all I remember. And then the video itself is insanely dumb. They're just like them standing on stage doing the arm out like they're driving a car motion.
Roland.
Yeah, Roland.
Yeah, they're rolling.
Exactly. Okay, so let's move on to now use in media. So there's not as much that I came across here as we did last week and with Arms Wide Open when it was essentially used in everything ever. But here are some notable uses that I want to talk about. It appears in the movie The Skulls, starring Joshua Jackson and Paul Walker.
That's a good movie.
You remember it?
I actually love that movie.
Oh, not, well, apparently you should go watch the scene.
I will rewatch the entire movie.
I'm
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't
It's about
seen it.
like a secret society at
Yeah.
a college.
Okay, yeah. So that's kind of what I gathered. So I watched the clip that uses the song, and they're students at Yale University, and I think they're at like some hoity-toity party at the time, and it's used in a montage, and the main riff starts playing as just like a ton of babes walk in, and then soon they're driving like convertibles and hanging out and partying, and it's just like they're living the high life.
So doesn't this lend credence to my opinion that this is indeed a party song?
It does.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But your credence is gonna be removed when I talk about the next reference.
Okay, well, thank you for now.
Yeah, which was in 22 Jump Street, where I don't know if you remember, but Channing Tatum's character and Jonah Hill's character were taking the drug in question that they were trying to like, or they're infiltrating a college in order to find like the dealer, like a drug dealer and the suppliers behind a drug, blah, blah. Anyway, they end up taking the drug and start tripping balls. And Channing has a good trip and he's like at an island and everything's pretty and nice. And he's just like partying and dancing with Candy. And then in Jonah Hill's trip, he's like in hell and Creed is playing.
Oh.
And Hire's playing and he's like, get me out of here.
But that's still like a party. They're still getting high on drugs.
Yeah, I
Party.
guess. In a way.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's a funny scene.
I never saw 22,
Oh.
22 Jump Street.
22 Jump Street is really funny.
I saw 21.
I think 22 might be better.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than Devil Wears Prada?
Yeah.
Wow. But does it have Vinny Chase in it?
Not that I remember.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
I might give it a watch anyway.
Okay, you should. Then, this is my favorite. It was used in a trailer for the animated masterpiece, Titan AE, although it wasn't in the actual film itself. And if you don't remember, which it seems like you don't because you were like, what are you talking about? There was a movie that came out in like 2000, 2001 that was an animated feature about like Earth was destroyed and these people now live looking for the next Earth in space. And I loved it when I was in 5th grade, 6th grade.
Never saw it.
You should. Or you should at least watch the trailer, which is higher.
I have a lot of movies I need to watch.
Yeah.
And
This one,
I don't have that much time.
okay, well, at least watch the trailer.
Okay.
Sports. In Game 3 of the 2023 American League Division Series between the Rangers and the Orioles, Rangers fans sung along to Higher as it was played at Globe Life Field. According to Rangers pitcher Andrew Colin, the team began listening to Creed's music during the second half of the regular season as motivation. And then from thereafter, if you remember, in various other sporting events like the Vikings, and I think at the Astros, they had like a mariachi band playing Higher. So it's kind of come back around and made its way into the sports world as whether it's ironic or motivating, it's there.
Well, you know what I love about that is that part of that with the Rangers at least had to be a little bit of irony in there.
Yeah.
But Creed embraced it. They went to a Rangers game. Like there's a photograph of them like wearing Rangers jerseys like in the suite. I'm like, that's fucking cool.
That's rad.
Like they're like anyone and everyone can get on board and it's time.
Go Rangers.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, don't go that far.
Then more recently as well, it was used in that Paramount Plus promotion where, along with other characters, there's like Hey Arnold there, and there's a Reno 911 guy with the booty shorts, and they need to climb a mountain. Patrick Stewart's there, and Creed plays Higher as they launch Hey Arnold into space, essentially.
What?
Drew Barrymore's in it, I think.
What was that a promo for?
I think it was just Paramount Plus in general. Oh, Tua's there too. Tua Tagovailoa.
That's right. Drew Barrymore? Kelly Clark?
I think so.
Kelly Clarkson?
I think it was Drew Barrymore. She was like, "Why is Creed here?"
Yeah.
And Creed just is literally there. The whole band is playing Higher. So it's not just the song, but they actually appeared there too. Then, most famously perhaps, Higher was performed as a part of a medley, which also included Don't Stop Dancing and My Sacrifice, during the band's performance at the halftime show at the 2001 Dallas Cowboys annual Thanksgiving football game on November 22nd, 2001. Most notably, there were bald men flying around on curtains there.
They're called aerialists,
yes,
Andrew.
Sorry.
We don't call them bald men flying on curtains.
Well, they were bald.
Yeah, he was. He was also still really jacked, at least the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, he was jacked as hell.
That was an unhinged halftime performance for like a regular season NFL game. I know they do bigger stuff on the Thanksgiving Day games, but like that was unhinged for just the fourth Thursday in November.
It totally was. I was going to say, like, I think a lot of people mischaracterize it as the halftime show at the Super Bowl because they're just like, oh, it's so crazy. It must have been a Super Bowl halftime show. But no, that was just Thanksgiving game.
It's crazy. Like, crazy. I vividly remember that. And Scott Stapp wearing the number 11, which I don't know if there's significance to the number. I don't know if you've...
Oh, no, I didn't find anything about that.
But he's wearing the number 11 Stapp Cowboys jersey.
He is a Cowboys fan. I do know that. Which is probably his greatest flaw.
That's pretty awesome of him, actually.
Yeah, if you like being dumb.
How about them Cowboys?
Out of the playoffs.
Hey.
This isn't a football podcast. We're sorry, but we do like football.
We do.
Used to. So that's it in the use of media section. Any questions or lingering thoughts?
I'm surprised it wasn't in like more commercials.
I'm sure it was, but this was all. I was also in Rock Band that game as downloadable content. I remember that, but these were the most notable ones I was able to find.
Were you watching that halftime show? When it
I don't remember. I'm sure I was, but I just didn't.
I mean, you were what, 11?
10
12?
or 11.
Yeah, okay.
I just turned 11.
Okay. Because I remember it. Like it was 2001.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you back home in Texas and like just? I imagine your whole family just like blowing their load, being like, "Texas rocks."
Yeah, I was probably back home at my parents' house in Austin on Thanksgiving break from college, and we were all watching because my family is Cowboys fans.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember thinking like, this is why we're called America's team.
This is why America's the greatest
country. The best
country.
band in the world is at Cowboy Stadium putting on an epic halftime show. Like, I just remember thinking it was awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
And it was.
It's probably the greatest thing the Cowboys have ever done, at least in the past 30 years.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, I think maybe I think we won the Super Bowl in 96.
Yeah.
At least 95, so not quite 30 years. Let's slow your roll.
Okay,
dude.
past 25 years.
Slow it down.
Okay. Okay, Reed. So let's talk about the GD music video.
Okay.
You watched it recently, yes?
I did. I had a refresher. I'd forgotten some of the nuance of it.
So before I dive into the facts behind the making of the video, I wanted to quickly recap what happens in the music video. Mm-hmm. So here's my description that I'm just kind of going to riff off the top of my head. Scott's wearing leather pants.
Yeah, he is.
And a white tank top, very tight. That's the most important thing you need to know. The band is sitting backstage, just kind of like hanging out with babes because they're Creed. And then they get the call to go on stage, and they perform Higher on stage, the radio version that we talked about. And there's a lot of pausing and freezing and 360 camera spins toward the end. The band freezes on occasion. The audience freezes on occasion. The audience, by the way, eating it up. They love this shit.
Yeah.
And at the end, there's a lot of posing with arms like in the shape of a cross, maybe draw some parallels there to Jesus. And then at the end, the band finishes playing the song and sort of walks back off toward the babes in backstage. So this concert, I guess they only get one song. The audience that was there, they're just there to see that one song.
Or they were waiting to be called back on for their encore, and they did a one-song encore.
Oh, what a ripoff.
I know.
It looked pretty relaxed back there to have
and
just been on stage.
And not sweaty.
No, yeah.
Okay, one thing I did notice when they're walking to stage for the first time, his like chest hair appears to have been like combed or brushed upwards.
I appreciate you looking for these details.
Well, I couldn't help but look at it. He's wearing a like that white tank top that's kind of like a little bit squared across the top. And I'm just like, the chest hair is just too perfect. It was just distracting.
I'm sure it was definitely like they just wouldn't leave it unkempt.
Yeah, well, they didn't.
No.
Boy, they did. They didn't. I felt embarrassed about my chest hair watching it.
So this music video I think is super iconic because I think it's what a lot of people remember when they remember Creed. Even before the other music videos. Like this one, there's so much of the posing with his chest sort of toward the mic, just really puffing it out. When people think about Scott Stapp, I think they think about this and that bravado and the douchiness, for lack of a better word, that sort of emanates from the vibe of this song. But yeah, I think for me, like it was the one music video when I think of like Creed music videos, like I always remember what this one is. But like when we've gone back for other music videos to watch them, like What If or With Arms Wide Open, even like I'm like I don't really remember these, but I definitely remember Higher.
I didn't remember some of the details. Like I forgot how many
the chest hair,
the chest hair, and all the why do they freeze? Why does the band freeze sometimes? Why does the audience freeze? Like there's no real payoff to it. It just kind of feels random. But
we'll get there.
I just didn't remember a lot of the little nuance, but like the imagery and like Scott's outfit, the black leather pants and the white tank top and the necklace and the flowing hair, like
the hair
him doing the Jesus pose, as I call it. Like, I think that's his look and his posing is what I think made the video iconic.
Yeah, I think it makes Creed almost, or like a lot of people's associations, I'm sure, are connected with the video of this one.
And it's an interesting video because a lot of music videos have the performance piece in it.
Yeah.
But there's often like kind of an unmarried narrative piece.
Yeah, like a through line or something.
Yeah, that's like taking place in a different location at a different time, whatever. And this is like everything is just takes place during the song. So the story is the band walking to stage and then kind of the celebration of the audience eating it up.
Yeah, this one's about the band.
It is.
Not some stupid storyline.
No, fuck your stories, man.
Yeah, we're here for Scott.
Look at Scott's hair blowing in the manufactured wind.
And look how well kept his chest hair is.
It's so perfect.
So perfect.
If you go look at it, okay? If you haven't seen it, go watch the first like minute of the video to just where they're walking onto stage.
And freeze frame so that you can really appreciate it.
And then tag all your friends in it.
So that's our rundown or our thesis of the music video. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go and watch it. But for some information about the making of, I got some facts for you.
Fact me up.
So this was directed by Rama Mosley, who also directed What's This Life For? It was shot in Orlando at the Hard Rock Cafe, so in the home state of Florida, baby.
Sunshine State never sleeps.
According to the director, this was creatively challenging because they only had a few days to film it all before the band left for Japan for tour, not just for vacation.
Okay. I mean, 3 days is enough to shoot a performance-based music video.
Okay, tell that to all the people that had to get in there to freeze and to all the babes that had to sit around the band stroking their hair and stuff.
That probably was tough to shoot because you have to get everyone to hold perfectly still.
Yeah. There's no other way to have them freeze.
No. Like, think about that. Like, there's a crowd of people who are all jacked up on, Mountain Dew and Creed music. Mm-hmm. And you're all of a sudden like, hey, just hold totally still for like 2 hours while we get these shots. And they did it.
And think about all the resources that had to go into making sure his chest hair looked good. time and resources.
Time, equipment.
Yeah.
Probably like a curling iron, hair straightener.
And then at the end, there was also the longer pause for the 360 camera shot, which was a newer technology at the time. So I believe that took a while.
Yeah, they had to get everyone to hold still while they moved the camera in a perfect circle.
Right.
Yeah.
The last thing that I have with regard to the music video is that Stapp himself has stated that he's embarrassed by the video and that it hasn't aged well.
Wow.
During a 2017 interview with GQ, Stapp said in regard to the video that, quote, "Sometimes I cringe when I see it. Like, what was I thinking? Look at those pants," end quote.
Oh, it was just the pants?
Well, that's all that was alluded to.
I thought he was going to be like, because I came across this like impersonating a godlike
No, that part's chill.
deity. He's like, no, just... if I have one regret, man, it's the pants.
The pants are a lot.
They're just black leather pants.
Black leather is hard to pull off.
She's a rock star.
That's true.
I had a friend in college who wore black leather pants.
Just a class?
No, like to parties and stuff.
Good for him. Did he rock it, or was it a little?
I mean,
bit
he was like a model, so
Oh.
like went on to do like big like runway modeling.
Gotcha.
So he pulled it off.
What's tricky about leather pants, from my experience not having ever worn them, is that if you're a rock star and you got to crouch, your dick might pop out.
A la Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz, yeah.
Fun fact: my sister, she used to be in like tour management. She was on that tour working for Lenny Kravitz when that happened.
Oh no! Yeah. What's the scoop behind it? Was it just a total wardrobe malfunction?
Yeah, he just doesn't like to wear underwear, and he likes wearing tight pants. And
was he like upset when it happened, or was he pretty whatever about it?
He was pretty whatever about it.
Do you remember? Sorry, we're getting really off topic here, but real quick, there was some NBA playoff game. I think it was like 2016, where the camera was just going like way too close, and you just totally saw LeBron's dick.
I don't remember that.
Really?
No.
It was just like, what are you guys doing?
Like just a close up of his.
Like he was
belt.
adjusting his pants, and like the camera just like shot right down there. You just like saw his penis. He could have definitely had a field like suit or something. I don't know.
No, we can't.
You can't just show your dick. They can't just show your dick.
Yeah, dude. The NBA can show all the dick they want. It's in their bylaws.
That's definitely a problem with the FTC.
Is that the FTC or the SEC? No, it's FT. Yeah,
the SEC football.
No, it's Securities and Exchange Commission.
The SEC
it is
conference.
football. It is football too.
Yeah, sorry about that, but that's the end of our facts about the music video.
That's a little segment we call "We Just Got Fact Up."
Yeah, we just got fact up. Can you take me to next week's episode when we finish our discussion of Higher? You tell me. Bye.